So T-Rex sent me this. It's their new skid plate for the Honda Goldwing Tour. And I agreed to do a review of it. Check it out for them. It's freaking feels really burly. It's 4 millimeters thick. It's solid. It mounts to the frame, which makes it different than any other skid plate I've looked at. We'll do a quick close-up of it. Then I'll walk you through the install process. Their video's not the best in the world, so I'll try to do a better job. This works with or without the T-Rex engine guard, so you can use it either way. So we're going to show both of that today. All right, let's get to it. First thing is, its design is very different than other skid plates. This is a really burly skid plate. If you're somebody who travels, like on dirt roads or stuff like that, I can see how this would be very appealing. It is made of 4 millimeter thick, 5052 aluminum. It is powder coated. It has been bent to give it rigid strength in this direction. So if you just have a flat plate, that flat plate will bow. This won't bow because of these. And because it's thick, it's unlike the Chinese ones where they make them out of really thin metal. They're almost just ornamental. You'll note that they have bent the nose so it's shaped like the nose of the bike. And they have TIG welded. These welds actually look pretty good. They have TIG welded the edges here to hold everything together to give it rigid strength that direction. It is powder coated. That's probably the only thing, my only real complaint is that it's powder coated so far. The problem with powder coating is it scratches. You're going to hit rocks and stuff, and this powder coating is going to come off. It's pretty thick powder coating, but it is still just powder coating. It is not anodized. I would have loved to see this anodized instead of powder coated. So to install this today, I've got to take my T-Rex bars off so I can get the lower cowls off, so I can get the traction dynamic skid plate off, so I can put the OEM hardware back on to basically install this thing. So this is not going to be a trivial install for me because I've got to uninstall everything. You're going to get 2 brackets. Right side is the short one, left side is the long one. You're going to get 3 spacers. You're going to get a long spacer. This is for the right side, a middle spacer for the left side, and a short spacer for the rear frame mount. There are 4 different sizes of bolts you're going to get. If that isn't annoying, I don't know what is. The long one goes on the front right side. The second one goes on the left front. The next one down goes on the right rear, and the shortest one goes on the left rear. Then you're going to get these 2 caps, which actually attach the plate to the brackets. Get an extra washer. I have a feeling, I've not put this on yet, but I have a feeling it's for the left side. Rear, we'll find out when we get there. So we'll start with the right side of the bike. And what you need to do is remove this bolt down here and replace it with the bracket. Spacer, bolt, bracket, washer, bolt head. So we don't want this tightened up all the way because we're going to want to move it to align the plate when we get it on here. If you already have the T-Rex crash guard installed, then all you need to do is pull this front bolt out and put this bracket in. The spacer that you have already behind the T-Rex engine guard is the correct spacer. You want to make sure you leave it a little loose so you have some slack there to adjust it and tighten it after you get the plate up in there. Now, unfortunately, on the left side, you need to remove a bolt from your engine guard. So regardless of whether or not you have the T-Rex engine guards on, you're going to have to remove the lower cowl here on the left side. The problem is you're trying to remove this bolt right back here, and you can get it out, but you can't get the new one back in through this side hole like you can on the right side. On the other side, you can get a ratchet in here, so you just got to pop this bad boy out of here. You're going to put your bolt through your bracket. You're going to put your spacer on, but you want to slide it up through the hole right here. Just going to tighten it down. Make sure you can move it around because you're going to want to adjust it. Now, if you already have the T-Rex bracket in, then you've got this existing bracket in that you have to remove. So it's the same process here. You're just going to unbolt this guy and put the same bracket back in. Make sure you leave it a little loose. On the right side of your bike, we're going to remove this bolt right here. It'll just crack out of there. Now, what we want is our 35 millimeters. So of the 2 bolts you have left, it's the longer of the 2. And we have this spacer, which is to go in that little, as a filler right there. Spacer on the inside, washer on the outside. We are taking a very hard bolt and going into very soft aluminum. So I like to run these as much as I can by hand. I know it's a pain in the ass, but if you can't turn it by hand, you are probably cross-threading. All right, so I think I'm good there. On the left side, we are removing this bolt. Obviously, they have to leave room for the kickstand. You have your shortest bolt left. It has two washers, one for the inside, one for the outside. Now, I've not tightened these up all the way because I have to, still do the front of the engine pan. So let's move up to the front here. So we're about to put a plate up in here now. You're going to need slack in like all three directions here because you got to line up to a little slot. So make sure you leave this one loose until you're ready to roll. We just kind of slide that bad boy up in place. Now we got to do the hard part, which is lining up the bolt hole. And we want to tighten this just enough up that we still have a lot of play because we got to get the other side in as well. You're trying to get all four corners locked up before you tighten everything down. All right, last bolt hole here. I did not get lucky. I was hoping I got lucky. All right, now we just got to run around and tighten up all our bolts. All right, just a reminder that when you're putting all your bolts back on, you need to thread lock them all, and you need to tighten them all to the right spec, which is about 15 foot-pounds. If you look in your shop manual, you'll find the M8 spec in there, your Honda service manual, and that's what you should be using for everything. There are tedious parts. Installing those bolts in the front pans was hard to get everything lined up. I did check the ground clearance, by the way. The ground clearance with the OEM, so no skid plate, is about 5 inches. The ground clearance for both the T-Rex and the Traction is about a ½ inch less, so about 4.5 inches. So not a great loss of ground clearance either way. I'm sure somebody's going to do a video and tell me the world will end and people will die if they use this skid plate. But honestly, I'm going to leave it on. I like it. It's burly. It's on there. It's easy to change oil with. So keep your wheels down, ride safe.